From Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates against the St. Louis Cardinals as the Buccos get ready to take on the Redbirds in Game 3 of the 4-game series. Yeah, raining earlier, but they have removed the tarp, and we're about ready to play baseball. The Buccos with an exciting 4-0 shutout over the Redbirds last night. Their Major League leading 8th shutout of the year. Greg Brown along with John Wehner and Robbie Mikowski. We're not going to talk about the shutouts right now, though. We're going to talk about something we haven't discussed much, but we really should be, I think, John, because it's one of the most exciting plays in baseball, the triple. And the Pirates are leading the major leagues in triples, and that was a big part of the offense in the 4-0 win last night.
You're right. It's so much fun to see the triple. And you don't think of the Pirates as a super fast team or having a big park that gets a lot of triples, but they've hit a bunch of triples. Last night, Adam Frazier, a triple. A little help from Fowler out there. No urgency to get after that ball. Cervelli, straight away left field, ends up with a triple, especially with one out. It's very important to be able to get that extra 90 feet. You can score on a sacrifice fly. Josh Bell had one of those last night. He has 3 triples. Marte leading the team with 4. Cervelli and Dickerson with 3. Mercer has a couple. Frazier has a couple. The triple been a big part of the offense for the Pirates this year.
The Lowe's whole team together, numbers, yeah, the 20 triples this season. They've already surpassed their total from 2006. They had 36 all of last year, an exciting play. Speaking of exciting, how about Austin Meadows? He'll make his 12th Major League start this afternoon in St. Louis. We'll talk about the Pirates rookie next.
by T-Mobile. Show your military appreciation and use hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. T-Mobile will donate $1 for each post. And by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Here's Austin Meadows, Pirates rookie, getting ready to make the start here for the Buccos in right field. Gregory Polanco will get today off in this 4 outfielder rotation, and since his call up a couple of weeks ago, Barrel Automotive League leaders, he's at the top among all major league rookies.
Oh, he's been great, outstanding. He's been hitting the ball with power with 4 home runs, 3 against lefties. He's been good on defense. He's been good on the bases with 3 stolen bases. He's been patient at the plate. He hasn't been swinging and missing. Just really remarkable what he's done in the first couple of weeks in the big leagues.
He will be facing Luke Weaver, the right-hander who wears number 7 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Will make his 5th career appearance against the Pirates, his 4th start. And in fact, he started the end of April at PNC Park against the Bucks and gave up 4 runs over 5 1/3 innings.
He was off to a pretty good start this year, his first few starts, and then it kind of lost his curveball. So he's basically been like a fastball cutter changeup type of pitcher. He has struggled of late, gave up 4 runs in 4 innings his last time out against the Brewers. In the Central, he hasn't been good, a 5.79 ERA. Maybe the weak link the first third of the season for the Cardinals with that 4.63 ERA.
And Chad Kuhl's been interesting on the other side for the Pirates. The right-hander has given up just 2 total runs in 12 innings, covering his last 2 starts. His last time out, 6 innings, 4 hits against the Chicago Cubs.
It's pretty remarkable what these young Pirate pitchers have been able to do. You saw last night, Tyone with the slider and the cutter. Chad Kuhl is throwing more sliders, curveballs, and the command has been a lot better for Chad Kuhl. And there you see it, just 4 hits and an earned run against the Cubs 2 starts ago. Again, 1 earned run, 5 hits in 6 innings against the Reds, and you'd like to see that 1 walk. The command has been outstanding. 5 starts, a 2.76 ERA for Chad.
This will be his 7th career start against the St. Louis Cardinals. His first start this season against the Redbirds. Josh Harrison, who was scratched with the little flu bug last night, is back in the lineup this afternoon. The Pirates getting ready to take on the Cardinals. And we'll talk Buccos and Redbirds when we continue from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about what happened last night. If you're watching our telecast on AT Sportsnet, there was a game break that showed it. But more discussion about this slide. This is the one, of course, the Rizzo one. Elias Diaz takes him out. Baseball the next day said that the umpires got it wrong. It should have been called interference. Musgrove got a lot of attention for this slide of Javier Baez a couple days ago. He became pretty much a Pittsburgh hero for that slide. And this was last night. Harrison Bader going in on Frazier, and that left arm trying to take him out. And this was last night, a game-ending double play. Rukned Odor on Andrelton Simmons. Simmons took exception. This ended the game, so there was no replay, no check on whether that was legal or not. But the discussion is again out there in Major League Baseball.
You're allowed to break up double plays as long as you do it without changing your direction and you don't get your feet up above the knee. You're allowed to turn it or break up a double play. I mean, most of those are legal, a couple of them not. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll continue, I'm sure, to debate that as the Pirates and Cardinals get ready to play ball here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. It is Chad Kuhl against Luke Weaver. First pitch is coming up. This game on time, and about a half hour ago we thought there was no way, but Brown's crew does a great job. Mother Nature got the storm out of here. Ready for some Saturday afternoon ball, and Luke Weaver grabbing the baseball for the 12th time this season. We'll check out the Pirates RAV4 starting lineup. See, Jay Hay is back in there. Austin Meadows is as well. Starling Marte in center with Josh Bell hitting cleanup. Corey Dickerson back-to-back multi-hit games for the Pirates left fielder. Colin Moran at third. Elias Diaz, Jordy Mercer, Chad Kuhl. For the 30 and 27 Pirates, they begin the day 5.5 back of the Brewers in the Central. The Cardinals are 4.5 games behind Milwaukee. The Cubs trail by 3 in the National League Central. Turns out to be a fairly pleasant afternoon as the showers pass through.
Former first-round pick Luke Weaver, 3-5, a 4.63 ERA. Not an extremely hard thrower, averages about 93.5 miles per hour. I mentioned a moment ago the curveball has given him troubles. The opponent's hitting that at a 345 clip. So we're seeing more fastballs, cutters, and a lot of changeups.
The Behind him, the Honda defense, and Jed Jerko returns to the starting lineup at third base. Greg Garcia, his first start at shortstop in this series. Colton Wong back in there at second. Matt Carpenter goes across the diamond to play first. Marcelo Osuna, Tommy Pham, Dexter Fowler in the outfield left to right. Carson Kelly catches Luke Weaver. So Jay Hay takes the strike. Late scratch, flu-like symptoms. It's funny how things work out. Adam Frazier added to the lineup late and collected 2 hits, scored a pair. See the 282 average for Jay Hay. 76 degrees, pleasant game time temperature. Two and one. Josh Harrison, who was 1 for 5 on Thursday night. Righties hit just 207 against Weaver. In the air to center, sending Pham back to the track. Weaver retires the first batter he faces, Josh Harrison. Behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes this afternoon, it's the crew chief Jeff Kellogg, Marvin Hudson at first, James Hoy at second base, and Quinn Wolcott is the third base umpire. And Austin Meadows, who got 2 straight days off, back in there with his .409 batting average. And by the way, lefties hit .298 against Weaver this year.
Good fastball there, right on the edge.
Must be fun for you, John, to watch Meadows and to see, with all the data that everybody has, how now they try to adjust to this rookie.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's going to be adjustments, and they're going to look for weak spots, and it really hasn't shown many weak spots so far.
They're trying to find something, right?
Yeah, they will continue to try to pitch him differently.
Setting up inside again.
You know, it's interesting because we've seen him hit righties, hit lefties. We've seen him pull fastballs, hit fastballs the other way. We've seen him hit breaking balls out of the ballpark. Seen him take a couple walks. He's been incredibly patient, I think.
What's really interesting, though, is to see a team now facing him a second time. In this case, the Cardinals, and a soft liner to short.
And the one thing you want to be careful with, and I know with Clint Hurdle and the juggling he has to do with the 4 outfielders, and with Polanco having a pretty good series, you know, sits him today, puts Austin back in the lineup. You can't have Austin, especially how well he has swung the bat, you can't have him sitting for too long. I mean, that as good as he's felt and looked at the plate, you don't want him to lose that with inactivity.
Starling Marte in the air to right. Fowler back, track, and the Pirates retired on 9 pitches. Half inning, Bucks nothing. Here come the Cardinals. Mike Matheny's Redbirds, 30 and 25 on the year. This is his lineup for this afternoon game. Matt Carpenter, Greg Garcia, Tommy Pham, 1, 2, 3. Cleanup hitter Marcell Ozuna, Jed Jerko, 391 batting average with runners in scoring position on the year. Dexter Fowler, the switch hitting right fielder. Colton Wong, Carson Kelly, Luke Weaver. First start of the year for Chad Kuhl against St. Louis. Pleasant tap of the back to Jeff Kellogg and Elias Diaz for Matt Carpenter.
A year ago at this time, we were talking about Chad Kuhl in the fastball and the velocity of the fastball and how he attacked hitters with it. Now, you can almost call him a slider pitcher. 32 sliders his last start against the Cubs.
Talked a lot about that with Jameson Taillon. Slider man.
Now, I don't know if you heard this, but cutters last night. Mixing in the cutter.
That's what he was talking. Somebody asked him, what do you call that pitch? Is it a slider? Is it a cutter? And yeah, he said cutter. In the air toward the line and left, and it is going to drop foul, and out of play it goes. Jameson Taillon was on.
Yes, he was. Mixed in 4-seam fastball, the 2-seam fastball, the cut fastball. So, you know, throwing up to 97 miles per hour when you have 3 different kinds of fastballs to go with a nasty curve and slider. And locating it gets you 8 shutout.
And a big part of keeping these Cardinals at bay, finding a way to get Carpenter, and he was 0 for 4 last night. Coming into this series red hot. 379 average since returning to the #1 spot in the batting order. Strike 3, a foul tip, says the home plate umpire, and Carpenter doesn't agree.
Doesn't matter. The pitch literally was right down the middle. You can imagine what Matt Carpenter would say. Look at the location of the pitch.
Yeah.
90 miles per hour. That slider.
Chad Kuhl, 59 strikeouts, 62 innings. Now Greg Garcia. A pinch hitter in last night's game. Started on Thursday, went 2 for 3. Drives this deep, Marte. Well, he played a fine center field last night, and there he catches that ball on the track in left center.
Yeah, nice route, makes it look easy with that great speed. He's played a nice center field. He really has. He's played a good center field. There have been times where we've seen, you know, maybe lapses in perhaps judgment or urgency in left field in his Pirates career, but we haven't seen anything like that this year. His center field play has been great.
Now Tommy Pham. Pham also a pinch hitter last night. 1 for 5 on Thursday. Takes the strike at the knees to even things up. Doesn't miss by much. And a pop up. Marte again. And there you have it. 10-pitch inning for Kuhl. 0-0 after 1. Missouri, Pirates and Cardinals. And we woke up to the very sad news that really one of the unheralded, unsung pitchers in Pirates history, a great competitor, Bruce Kison, passed away this morning at the age of 68. And our thoughts and prayers, of course, go out to his family, his beloved Anne Marie, and his entire family. And talked to Steve Blass this morning. Steve, very close with his former teammate, said what a great pitcher he was, but a better friend. As Josh Bell takes ball one.
Great man. Everything you hear about him, competitor, boy, what he had to say and what he would say about all these slides.
It's funny you say that. I was thinking that, and we would run into Bruce. He was a scout for a long time with the Baltimore Orioles, so we would see him on the road on occasion, a lot of summers at PNC Park, and chat baseball with him. And it would be great to ask Buster his thoughts on all this. I think you'd probably agree with me. I think that Buster would say, regardless of what everyone said about Anthony Rizzo's slide, probably if Kison's on the mound, somebody gets it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He never shied away. Bruce Kison, as the bell bounces out to first, was drafted by the Pirates in the 14th round in 1968. The baby-faced 21-year-old pitched that pivotal Game 4 of the 1971 World Series in relief of Luke Walker. 6 1/3 innings, 1 hit. Didn't walk anybody, but hit 3 Orioles. But that was pivotal. That started to really turn the series around. Of course, Steve Blass had 2 complete game victories in that series. And after Game 7, thanks in large part to Pirate broadcaster Bob Prince, he flew Kison and his best man Bob Moose back to Pittsburgh to attend the scheduled wedding that night. The night of Game 7, the Pirates beat the Baltimore Orioles. And thanks again to Bob Prince, worked with his friend Jack Pyatt, president of Millcraft Industries, who provided the Learjet to fly Bruce, Bob Moose, and his wife Alberta to Pittsburgh for the evening wedding to Anna Marie Orlando. And his former teammates, friends, passing along all kinds of thoughts, prayers, wishes. Al Oliver, Scoop, former Pirate, on the passing of teammate Bruce Kison, one of the greatest competitors ever seen. Always a special relationship. Both teamed up this year at the Pirate Fantasy as managers and enjoyed every moment. Bruce, we could tell down in Florida, was in pain. Wasn't sure what it was. Wade Boggs was a teammate in 1985. Bruce finished his career in Boston. Sad to hear about the passing of teammate and friend Bruce Kison. Mark Gubiza. Bruce Kison was a longtime pitching coach for the Royals after his playing days. And Gubiza, who was an outstanding pitcher, talked about how much Bruce Kison as a pitching coach helped him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dickerson 7th in the league in hitting at .314. Went 2 for 4 last night. And slaps that out of play. And we'll talk, I'm sure, throughout the game about memories of Bruce Kison. If you have your thoughts, hashtag Bucks Booth.
And these were the type of players that Bruce Kison loved.
Gosh, yes.
A guy like Corey Dickerson that goes about the business the way he does, plays it hard, plays it smart, prepares. Anytime there was a gamer out there, he stuck out like a sore thumb to Bruce, and Bruce always had high praise for the guys that played the game hard.
And another great look at Corey Dickerson choking up that 2-strike approach and just grounding it through the right side of that infield. You know, no question that Bruce Kison would love Corey Dickerson. Again, that Game 4 1971 World Series in relief. 21 years old, 6 1/3 innings. 1 hit, no runs. The Pirates came back from an early deficit. The Orioles had scored 3 runs in the first inning off Luke Walker Keeson shut them down the rest of the way. Dave Justy earned the save in the 4-3 victory. The Pirates went on to win in 7.
Great to see him pitch. Just the way he threw the ball.
Yeah.
He's coming at you. You know, it was just a great competitor. He just wanted to compete. I'm coming to get you.
Yep.
Aggressive.
No excuses.
No.
He really did not tolerate in his playing days and then as a pitching coach and a scout, just guys that he didn't think were competitors.
Yeah.
He really wanted nothing to do with them. Now is Corey Dickerson okay as he dives back?
Boy,
looks like a nasty
rush
abrasion there. Yeah.
All that diamond dry. That. It could be like sand. Yeah, there's times where it's you know it's
rough.
Sandy. It's like diving back on sandpaper.
Colin Moran quietly having a very strong rookie season. Sacrifice fly in the 8th inning last night. We were talking about triples at the start of the telecast in our open. Yeah, the Pirates lead the league in the majors. They lead the league in triples and sacrifice flies, and maybe the two go hand in hand, but it's a good approach, right, John?
Oh yeah,
get those sacrifice flies.
Absolutely. And you think about it, anytime you get a runner on third, the infield back, you could just get on top of one to bring him home, but the infield's in. A couple of those at bats last night where you just serve it out to the outfielders.
Ball and a strike on Moran. It was his 24th RBI, that sacrifice fly.
Adam Frazier. And you think about the guys with the speed on this team, and so no surprise that Marte leads a team with 4 triples. But it is a little surprising to see Bell.
So it's not just the speed. You talked about, we showed again the guys busting it out of the batter's box.
Yeah,
that's as important as anything.
A lot of it, and again, and I think that's another thing about Corey Dickerson that has to rub off on his teammates. You know, they see him hit a ball and just take off full speed, not taking anything for granted, going hard out of the box, which can get you an extra 90 feet. Like Cervelli, when you hit a fly ball to left field. Now, who would ever thought that he would end up on third base?
Dickerson maybe setting the tone in that hustle out of the box. Line foul. Nice play. We talked about the fact that the Pirates have already surpassed their triples total from 2006. They had less than 20 in 2006. They had 36 all of last year. The last time they led the league in triples was that freak show season of 1997 when they weren't eliminated from the division race until the very last weekend. The Astros won it that year when the Astros were in the National League Central. And it's interesting that other years they led the league in triples. 1992, which was a National League Eastern Division title year. Gets away. Dickerson will wind up at second.
Has to be a pass ball, right? It ended up bouncing. That'll be a wild pitch. I thought that ball, watching it live, couldn't tell that it bounced, so a wild pitch.
Chance for Colin Moran. And he takes a ball. Pirates also led the league in triples in 1989, which was the year that they had so many injuries, but kind of set the table for the run of 3 straight division titles. The 1978 team, the Lumber and Lightning Pirates, running all over the place, preceding their 79 World Series year. Crack toward left, and back is Osuna to make the catch. Moran lines out to left.
You had to have good speed when you were going back to those cookie cutter stadium days in the turf. You couldn't get a lot of triples. It almost had to be in the right field corner to get triples unless you had Omar Moreno's speed or Frank Tavares' speed.
Elias Diaz. Pirates led the National League in triples for 4 straight years, 1969 through 1972. And of course at Forbes Field, for veteran Pirate fans who've been around a while and might remember those Forbes Field days because of the spacious dimensions, Pirates were setting triples records for years. Diaz back in the lineup after Francisco Cervelli caught last night. Day game after the night game. Expect Cervelli back in there tomorrow. Just got word, by the way, that Austin Meadows, this is incredible, has won the National League Rookie of the Month award.
Wow.
He didn't get called up until the 18th of May.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable in 2 weeks.
And he didn't play the last day of May. He won the award, but didn't start on Thursday.
How about that?
Jung Ho Kang was the last Pirate to win National League Rookie of the Month, July of 2015. Oh, 0-2 on Elias Diaz. Corey Dickerson at second.
There's been something about the Weaver fastball the first time through the lineup that hitters aren't picking up, because he's thrown quite a few in the heart of the plate where Pirate batters haven't been able to get a swing off. So something deceptive about it. He's been getting ahead with it. And they're still trying to figure things out, Weaver and Carson Kelly.
They expect to get Yadier Molina back on Tuesday. 0-2 on Elias Diaz. 9 runs batted in for him. As he takes the pitch, he and Francisco Cervelli have combined to hit 11 homers.
Can use just a single here.
He had 3 hits against the Cardinals the April 29th game at PNC Park.
Good take there. That's exactly where Weaver wanted to throw that little slider. Started on the outer third, outer half, and have it break away. Tried to get the chase. It's a good 1-2 pitch, but Diaz able to recognize speed and spin and lay off.
And in the air to right, Fowler for the 3rd out. We'll be heading to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and yeah, we are remembering Buster Keesett. Passed away this morning. Love you, Buster. National League Rookie of the Month for May. First Rookie of the Month award winner by a Pirate since Jung Ho Gong in July of 2015. And take a look at where he ranks among all Major League rookies since his call-up on May the 18th. They started handing out Rookie of the Month awards in 2001, and since that time the Pirates have now had 7 players win the award. Jason Bay won it 3 times in 2004. He became the first ever Pirates Rookie of the Year winner that season. Zach Duke won it twice in 2005, the former lefty pitcher of the Pirates. Garrett Jones won it July of 2009. Pedro Alvarez September of 2010. Garrett Cole won it September of 2013. And Gong, and now Osuna launches one to center and out of here on a 2-0 pitch. 1-0 St. Louis. 4th of the year for Marcell Osuna, and he knew it.
These Cardinal fans have probably been wondering where's the power that this guy possesses. Just 3 home runs coming into today. And off the bat, I thought Marte might have a shot at this. Looked like a line drive. Didn't get real high. But, man, impressive display of power as that ball easily clears the center field wall.
That is the 12th home run given up by Cool. Marcell Osuna, who hit 37 home runs last year with the Marlins and drove in 124.
That was career homer number 100 for Osuna.
Acquired from the Marlins over the winter. Ball just foul. .124 ribbies, 37 home runs last season. He and Giancarlo Stanton putting up phenomenal numbers. That curveball missed. 2-2. Chad Cole 1-2, 4.03 ERA against the Cardinals. Last pitched against them September of last year. Here, he went 6, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. Game the Cardinals won 4-3. Yadier Molina homered off Cool in that ball game. The only earned run he would allow. And he gets the chase of Jerko for the 2nd strikeout. So following the Osuna homer, a punch out of the 3rd baseman Jerko. Now Cool will face switch hitter Dexter Fowler. Maybe the good numbers for Cool the last 2 times out against the Reds and Cubs. Combined 12 innings, 2 runs. Fowler toward left. Maybe room, yep, for Corey Dickerson. Fowler hitting just 183 before that fly out. Cool gets him, now faces Colton Wong, and you look at these, just the batting averages. Fowler 183, Wong 176, Carson Kelly 087, and then the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, you would think wouldn't have much problem with the bottom half.
Still have to execute, but you'll have to take advantage of teams that been beset by injuries have the Cardinals have, with Paul DeYoung, Molina, two big parts of their offense. The struggling Wong.
We were talking about it last night. I was kind of shocked to see Jerko not in the lineup the first couple games of the series. He's the one guy that can hit a ball out of the ballpark, and he's off to a pretty good start, but not playing regularly.
And Wong gets hit on the 1-2 pitch. 96 up and in.
Misses with location, tried to go inside, and boy, that's up around the shoulder. Gets a piece. No intent there, just missing with the location.
7th time he's been hit by a pitch this season, which is in the top 10 in the National League. See him hanging in there. Want to give up on that pitch. Kind of what did a pregame conversation with Mike Matheny yesterday, the Cardinal skipper, about mainly about the slide and the Buster Posey rule. He was forced to retire after suffering a number of concussions, and we asked him about that incident when he was playing for the Milwaukee Brewers and Rich Loisel hit him right in the mouth with a fastball. And I don't know if you remember that, John, but he was just standing there with blood pouring out of his mouth at home plate. And he said the story of that was that my manager, former Pirate, scrap iron Phil Garner, was really encouraging me to not give up on breaking pitches, and Loisel threw a mid-90s fastball, and I was determined to hang in there, and it, as he said, luckily actually hit him, lost some teeth, but hit him in the mouth, and no damage other than some stitches and lost teeth.
Lucky.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carson Kelly. 2 hits and 23 at bats.
I don't know if it'd be anything worse than having your mouth wired shut.
Ooh.
Get hit in the face, break a jaw.
Josh Harrison certainly been involved in some scary moments. Hit by a pitch this year, broken 5th metacarpal, missed 5 weeks. Still a lot of risk in the game. That is what Mike Matheny, he's become a real champion for. He said he was pleased that baseball moved on that Buster Posey rule. 1-2 now on Kelly, the Cardinals catcher. He caught the 9th inning last night, didn't get an at bat. There goes Wong, taking off on the 1-2 pitch to Kelly. Pitcher Luke Weaver on deck for St. Louis. Home run by Marcell Ozuna to begin this inning. A little pick there, but because he couldn't field it cleanly, Wong continues to second.
Well, that's a time to be aggressive when you're on first base. You got a couple of outs, 2 strikes.
He was ready in case that pitch did
Anticipation. Yeah, you anticipate a ball in the dirt. It goes in the dirt. You're going to get a good jump.
Wild pitch has a man in scoring position for the Redbirds. Hit in the air to deep center. Marte with some room. 3 steps shy of the wall. Marcell Osuna cleared that wall, and it's 1-0 Cardinals.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
UPMC scoreboard, Cardinals lead 1-0 thanks to that man, Marcell Osuna's home run off Chad Kuhl. Led off the bottom of the second. Chad Kuhl and Ray Searage. Bucko pitching coach chatting. Kuhl is due up second here in this 3rd inning. Jordy Mercer, Chad Kuhl, Josh Harrison facing Luke Weaver.
Weaver reminds me a little like Mike Leake.
Yep. Similar in stature.
Yeah. Works pretty quick. Delivery similar. A little more velocity for Weaver.
Both wear the single-digit jerseys. Jordy Mercer takes a ball. 2-1 the count on the Pirates shortstop. Mercer 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. Went 1 for 3 with a walk, drove in a run on Thursday. And up the middle and a base hit. So great to see a number 8 man in the batting order get on base to start an inning.
Yes, indeed. A nice hard hit ball by Jordy. Gets it past the diving Garcia, and so now Chad Kuhl will be asked to bunt him over.
And he's done good work in this department, Chad Kuhl. What do you have to say right now in terms of the stats? The best bunter on the team. Successfully dropped down 5 sacrifice hits.
I like the way that he squares early. No sense trying to trick anybody. Go ahead and get it out there, get set.
Only Michael Wacha, tomorrow's starter for the Cardinals, has more sacrifice bunts. He has 6 of them. Third baseman Jerko being aggressive. Carpenter holds Mercer. And now 2 strikes. But you figure it's still on, but I've seen Clint Hurdle change things up. So we'll see.
Sitting there thinking if he went to 2-1, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a little hit and run action. Chad Kuhl makes contact for the most part as a pitcher in the batter's box. Good take there at the breaking ball.
Yeah, we're talking about Bruce Keeson, who passed away this morning, the former Pirates pitcher, and his competitive nature. This is a fiery competitor here, Chad Kuhl. And takes ball 3.
And now here's where you wonder, do you risk sending Mercer? Again, Chad Kuhl, 16 at bats. He's got 3 hits. He's only struck out 4 times. You know he's going to get a fastball. Do you have enough confidence with all the moving parts in the infield to let Chad Kuhl swing?
Gets the bunt down. Does the job once again. I suppose Carpenter has the best angle that there's no way that ball goes foul. He would have otherwise thought about it. So runner at second base, catch the Bucks and Reds on a free shirt Friday. Coming up on June the 15th at PNC Park. First 20,000 fans will get a free Pirates t-shirt thanks to Sheets. See Trevor Williams modeling the free t-shirt you'll receive on Friday the 15th. Also a $1 Dog Night presented by Sugardale. Go to pirates.com/free shirt Friday. It's coming up on the 15th. The Pirates' next homestand will be brief against the defending National League champion Dodgers on Tuesday night, this Tuesday. Roller to short. Greg Garcia retires J-Hay. Mercer to third. Austin Meadows just got word this afternoon he is the National League's Rookie of the Month, and we check out the previous Pirate winners. The award that started in 2001. The first National League Rookie of the Month winner was Albert Pujols, then of the St. Louis Cardinals. There you see Jason Bay, Zach Duke, Garrett Jones, Pedro Alvarez, Garrett Cole, and Jung Ho Kang, and now Austin Meadows on that list. 23 years old. 5th player in the majors since 1961 to hit 400 with at least 4 homers in his first 40 major league at bats. The others, Braves' Jeff Francoeur, Yasiel Puig of the Dodgers, Brian Giles then of the Indians, and Albert Pujols of the Cardinals. It's Austin Meadows. He's in the hole 0-2. And a soft liner to the shortstop Garcia.
Those 2 pitches in the exact same location, pretty much the exact same swing, and the foul ball was literally 1 row off the second one compared to the first one. In the exact same section.
Fastball up, Meadows.
Well, there's no question what the Cardinals are trying to do with Meadows. We talked about it his first time up, and adjustments, if any, teams will start making. But elevated fastballs first 2 times up here from Weaver. to Austin.
When the Cardinals were in, Meadows started 2 of the 3 games. The Memorial Day weekend series. Against these Cardinals, and somebody must have either made a catch or a drop.
Terrible.
That reaction, he dropped it.
Terrible error. That ball was almost stopped when it went into his hands. And not only did it slip out of his hands, he was a foot or 2 behind the railing, and he fumbled it over the railing. Horrible effort. Not a Pittsburgher.
Nope. Still 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Meadows, who went 2 for 4 on Friday night, the 25th. Last week at PNC Park against the Cardinals with an infield hit and a triple. And actually a rare strikeout for him. It's the 4th time he's gone down swinging. 1-0 St. Louis. The Health Network injury update. Cardinals going to get a battery back on Tuesday. Yadier Molina and the pitcher Carlos Martinez should return on Tuesday. They've both been on the disabled list. Going to take on the Marlins in the series on Tuesday here at Busch Stadium. That will be big to have both Molina and Martinez returning. The Pirates will be gone. Finish up this 4-game series tomorrow. Here's Luke Weaver, the pitcher, 3 out of 16 this season.
How about this is already 4th trip, 1 city trip.
And the out as he tried to bunt for a hit. This is therefore the
we went to Detroit, which was opening series, a 1 city trip. Then we went to Philly.
Oh yeah.
A 1 city
I was thinking
trip.
about 4-game series trips now, right? Because Philly, Washington, St. Louis.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that where we left Pittsburgh, went to 1 city and returned to Pittsburgh.
Bizarre.
It's very weird. Very rarely happens. Yeah, I'm only home for 1 series.
Dodgers Tuesday, Wednesday nights, and Wednesday matinee game at 12:35. Thursday matinee game, 12:35. Tuesday and Wednesday night, 7:05. Matt Carpenter struck out in the 1st.
And when you come on the road, do you unpack your entire suitcase?
Most times, no. Do you?
What about a 4-day trip?
No.
That's the only time I think it's worth it to take everything out.
I think about it, but then I think better of it. Because I've actually done that and left clothes in the drawers of the hotel.
I never use the drawers because of the same thing. I just stack them on the desks and chairs.
Oh my goodness. House cleaning gonna be a little stunned today when they walk in.
Yeah.
They're having the do not disturb sign on there for the first couple days. And I tried to clean up as best as I could this morning, but it doesn't look good.
I rarely let them in.
Ball popped up to shallow left, and Meadows retires Carpenter. We'll bring up Greg Garcia. The summer six-pack is back for the Pirates at PNC Park this season. You select any 5 games, your 6th one is free, and you can choose from fireworks, bobbleheads, kids days, and more. 6-pack plans start at only $48. Get yours. Go to pirates.com/6-pack. The summer 6-pack, where you select 5 games and your 6th one is free. And a line drive base hit. Meadows in right. I think I said Meadows made the catch moments ago. That's Corey Dickerson in left, and Meadows gets the ball in as Greg Garcia lines it to right. There's Tommy Pham. Line out to Marte. Just letting Garcia know that he will throw over there. A lot of action this afternoon in the big leagues. Brewers lead the White Sox 1-0 after 4. And that's hit toward Meadows. And that does it for the Redbirds. They're up 1-0 through 3 in game 3 of this 4-game set. Pirates will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Point Park University tweets, we've been remembering Bruce Keeson. First game Brody attended was the 1 hitter against the Padres in 1979 at 3 Rivers. Old guy, never forget the joy of being at Game 471, watching Bruce Kieson pitch the Orioles inside. Talked about the fact that he went 6 1/3 innings of relief in Game 4, allowed 1 hit, didn't walk a batter, but did hit 3, and some of the Orioles apparently weren't thrilled about it. Frank Robinson, Dave Johnson, Andy Etchebarren were all plunked by Bruce Kieson. Starling Marte shows bunt, takes ball 1. That was a controversial one-hitter, by the way, June 3rd, 1979, when Bruce Kieson at Three River Stadium was pitching that no-no.
Phil Garner.
Yep. Ball fouled back out of play. Ball hit past Phil Garner, who was playing third base. And Barry Evans was the Padre hitter. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Bounced past Garner and continued down the line for a double. And Bruce Kieson was not happy. He called out the official scorer that day. I think that was Dan Donovan that day. And this is a look at that one-hit masterpiece by Bruce Kieson. It was so controversial that ended the era of beat writers being official scorers. Pirates Pittsburgh sports writers Charlie Feeney and Dan Donovan were the main official scorers at that time, ruling the Barry Evans 2-out smash as a hit. But they resigned as official scorers, and the new policy was implemented in Pittsburgh that no longer would the beat writers serve as official scorers.
You were in Pittsburgh then, right? 79?
I was, yeah. Look at that shot there.
Yeah.
Buster in the early 70s. That is probably, I would guess, during the World Series. Kieson also was the winning pitcher in the clinching game of the National League Championship Series that year. Game 4 at Three Rivers against the San Francisco Giants. The winning pitcher in the clinching game. 3-2 now on Marte.
I remember listening to the one-hitter. I was helping paint the basement.
Wow.
Listened to the entire game.
I remember that. I also vividly remember watching in central Pennsylvania on Phillies television a game between the Phillies and the Pirates, and Bruce Kieson, as this pitch is swung on a miss by Marte, got into a benches clearing brawl with the Phillies and Mike Schmidt. And of course, those Phillies Pirates rivalries were unforgettable. But Kieson, he didn't back down. He was a string bean right-hander, and Schmidt charged the mound. Kieson tried to fire some punches at him. Bell grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, there was a lot of tough talkers in baseball. Not always did they back it up. Bruce would back it up.
That's true. If it hadn't been for shoulder and elbow injuries over his career, who knows how many games he would have won. Also had what seemed like chronic blister issues. Every time a Pirate pitcher, we did Chad Cole, that happened to him. Jameson Tyone, rather, cut his finger 3 or 4 starts back, and was getting all kinds of recommendations on Twitter from Pirates fans. Back then, it was letters from Pirate fans for Bruce Kieson, what to do about those blisters. 2-2.
Already at 60 pitches with 1 out here in the 4th.
Bell homered in the first game of the series. List this one the other way. Osuna. 2 outs. Here in the 4th inning, 1-0 Weaver and the Cardinals leading thanks to the Osuna home run. One of just 2 hits belongs to Dickerson. A 1-out ground single to right in the second.
Oh, he's been establishing the fastball for the most part. First time through the lineup. He's been aggressive with it. There's been a lot of late swings against that fastball. I haven't seen many changeups really until this second time through. Both strikeouts coming from the changeup. Meadows and Marte. There's the changeup that we talked about at the beginning. He throws it about a quarter of the time, but really hasn't thrown many early on. And now Corey will look for something to drive here with a 3-0 count. Look for something that he likes, that he thinks he can get in the air.
Three 3-0. Takes strike.
If you're going to swing 3-0, you want to look for a pitch somewhere where you feel like you can hit it out of the ballpark. Something you can get the barrel to and drive it hard somewhere.
Pops it up. Out of play. And he got him.
Another changeup.
Luke Weaver, 1, 2, 3. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Passing along memories of Bruce Keeson.
It's time for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
1-0 going to the bottom of the 4th inning. In St. Louis, the Cardinals leading thanks to the home run by Marcell Osuna, who will be leading things off against Chad Kuhl in the home half of the 4th. It was Osuna's 4th home run of the year. Hit it over the center field fence. 9th meeting of the season series between these two clubs. Pirates have won 5 of the first 8. Chad Kuhl's first start this season against the Redbirds.
Here's an example of Chad Kuhl maturing as a pitcher. How often did we see that last year? 2-0 breaking ball for a strike, 2-1 breaking ball for a strike. He would just try to overpower everybody.
And look at this. Glove. Can't find the ball. It wasn't in the glove.
Man,
if he looks the other way, he can pick up the ball without the glove and still get the out, but he assumed that the ball was in the glove.
Man, that was almost a great play by Chad Kuhl, and he couldn't believe it. It wasn't in the glove. I mean, it's just a reaction. He does a good job of getting the glove on it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That is so wild.
He almost stepped on the ball.
Yeah.
Well, see if he can get the ground ball now. Jed Jerko, he struck him out in the 2nd. Talking about what John just said, that maturing Chad Kuhl put that frustration behind him. Out of the University of Delaware.
Boy, both of those breaking balls, I mean, the 0-1 pitch was well off the plate, but man, it just took off. A lot of break for as hard as he throws that slider. Full Jerko with that one, had him way out in front.
Wow. Huh.
That's good stuff.
Strikes him out for a 2nd time. Chad Kuhl, 1 away.
Ball just disappears out of the hand, looks like the fastball, and then just darts down and away from the bat.
And now it's Dexter Fowler. Fowler flied out to Corey Dickerson his last time up. Gets that first strike. Fowler 3 for 8 in the series. Lines this to left. Trouble. Dickerson. Nope, he's got it. For most left fielders.
I know.
I know.
He made it look easy.
He does it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that ball might be hit a little bit deeper and it might slice away from him, but boy, he got over there like no problem.
Slicing away from him.
Yeah. Perfect line. And that's the one thing we've also noticed. The perfect line. You don't see him with many banana routes. You know, there's not much bend in his routes.
This goes back to what I guess we talked about maybe 2 weeks into the season. He, working with Bob or Steve or you about, you almost don't want to heap too much praise on him because, but again, because of the scouting reports he got, there were people that were saying, you know, you got a DH to play left field.
Yeah.
Those are baseball people who were saying that.
I know. It's amazing.
Now Wong, 1-1.
That slider is some kind of nasty. Throwing at 89, 90. Jamison last night, his slider, 88, 90, 90, 91. Hard, late breaking. And 96 to follow that up. And that's what I kind of, you know, Luke Weaver is listed as throwing a curveball. Comes in around 81. There's certain pitchers that they'll have a curveball listed at 81, 82, or a slider, or they're saying, I mean, a true slider is what we're seeing out of Chad Kuhl here tonight. That hard, late breaking, you know, there's not a big hump in it. The difference in velocity is, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. Finishes.
And he does it, and he, as frustrated as he was for not getting the Ozuna ground ball, he just frustrated Jerko and Wong. It's 1-0.
I'm Robbie and Smikowski here at Busch Stadium, where the temperatures are north of 90 degrees after first pitch today between the Buccos and the Cardinals. And Joe Block posed the question yesterday, with the weather, with the temperatures so hot, will Colin Moran shave that big giant beard on his face? I asked him that exact question.
I don't think so. I'll probably trim it from time to time, but yeah, I won't shave it completely off unless some kind of desperation comes in. But I don't. Yeah, I'll probably keep it.
What does that desperation entail?
I don't know. Hopefully we won't get to that level.
And of course, that's about as much as a reaction as you're going to get out of Colin Moran. And as we were doing that interview, guys, Josh Bell and Corey Dickerson were standing right behind us, trying to make him laugh just a little bit more, but we were happy to get that much of a reaction out of him. And the other thing, Greg, I asked him how he liked the nickname the Redbeard. I said, hey, Greg Brown, every time you get a big hit, calls you the Redbeard. He kind of smirked, gave a little laugh, and said, I really like that. He approves, Brownie.
Well, there you go. And I'm glad he's not going to shave it then. So, thank you, Robbie. And Moran hits a drive to right field. The Redbeard has just tied the game at 5. His 5th. It's a 1-1 ball game. How about that? And how about Fowler not moving? As Colin Moran hits his 5th to tie the game at 1 in the 5th.
You know, and it just comes out of nowhere every now and again. Colin Moran, he just gives you that solid at bat time after time, and then out of the blue, he yanks one in the seats. And usually it's an elevated fastball. You see where this ends up. It's right down Main Street. That's a center cut. You don't get more middle than that. And Colin Moran, extension, another bullet into the seats.
Number 5. And gives him 25 RBIs. That is second in the National League among all rookies. He came in 3rd in the league in batting among National League rookie players, 5th in slugging, and 3rd in on-base percentage. we've been talking about Austin Meadows winning the Rookie of the Month for May. And Jason Bay won 3 of those his rookie year in 2004. The last and only Rookie of the Year for the Pirates. You know, if Colin Moran kind of keeps this up, he just quietly is putting up a really good first year.
Yes, he is, and it's just as consistent as can be. You know, we haven't seen many long droughts. We haven't seen many real hot stretches. Just steady.
7th home run allowed by Weaver. Colin Moran, who lined out his first time up to left, lines the home run over the right field wall to tie this one at 1. Cardinals pitchers don't give up many homers. That line drive homer, by the way, 103 miles an hour exit velocity as Elias Diaz. It's a high fly ball toward left. 1 out. Some 392 feet for Colin Moran. He's there with David Freese. Dexter Fowler did not move. It's Pirates lineup. Up and down. 1 through 8.
It's been solid. It's been very productive. There's power from 1 through 8. Sporadic power, not guys that are going to hit 20, 30 home runs. We might have a couple of those, maybe 2 or 3, but guys that can all reach the seats and can all get in at least double figures.
Pirates team batting average 4th in the National League. Came in 6th in the home run department, 3rd in slugging. A couple of strikes on Mercer, who singled to start the 3rd. 1-1 ball game. And shot past Weaver. He's 2 for 2.
Boy, he's all over that pitch too. We talked about the changeup from Weaver. He's been going to it more the second time through the lineup. He's got all 3 strikeouts off the changeup. Went down and away with the changeup there to Jordy Mercer, and Jordy hit that like he knew it was coming. All over it.
So up the middle, Mercer goes. Now Chad Kuhl, is he going to be bunting? Got it down the first time with a couple of strikes. At the time there was no one out. Now Mercer at first with 1 down. Third baseman Jerko in. The first baseman Carpenter has to hang in there with Mercer.
Whoa, watch out.
Ouch.
You know, there was no backing up. There was no giving in right there. And thank goodness it hit the bat.
Man alive.
It looked like it could have hit him right in the bill of the cap. Maybe, yeah, right off the P. And, you know, I think Chad Kuhl's not upset that he fouled the bunt off. I think he's thankful that he got a piece of that and fouled it off.
Bunts it foul for a strikeout. So a strikeout. Number 4 as he this time fails to get the bunt down, and Josh Harrison. Fly ball to the warning track to start the ball game in center, and his last time a grounder to the shortstop Greg Garcia.
Third baseman Jerko was back, thought about dropping down a bunt, thought the pitch was outside, was right, but still called a strike. Jerko in a couple steps. I'll hit it by him.
Ball, one strike. Meadows on deck. Colin Moran leads off this fifth inning with a homer to tie it. J.A. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Time is called just as Weaver is about ready to deliver. Luke Weaver from DeLand, Florida. 24 years old. He was a first-round pick in 2014 by these Cardinals. 27th pick overall that year in baseball. Out of Florida State. Went 7-2 last year in 13 appearances. John Mozeliak, who was then the general manager when Weaver was drafted, talked about the fact that he wasn't necessarily big. He's listed perhaps graciously at 6'2", 180. But shortly after they drafted him in the first round, he said, you know, what are the pitchers that are kind of short in stature, what do they have in common? Like a Mike Leake or a Tim Lincecum. You know, they all have big hearts and huge drive. Then you could say the same thing really about Josh Harrison.
Oh yeah. You know, it's funny, you go back and 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know, if you were under 6 foot, the odds of getting drafted were pretty slim, you know, and there weren't many pitchers or position players. You know, maybe some middle infielders, a center fielder here and there.
He fouls that off.
That has changed. In fact, reading or watching something about the draft, I thought Jose Altuve right away,
yeah,
who's perhaps one of the best players in the American League.
Yeah, there's a kid who's listed
from
at 5.
Oregon State, yeah.
Okay,
5'7".
Man,
probably going to go in the top 5 picks overall.
He could thank Altuve.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you talk about changing opinion.
Yeah. Harrison going to foul off another. I guess you could say that Jay Hay is the Pirates version of Altuve. Jay Hay listed at 5'8". He was drafted by the Chicago Cubs out of the University of Cincinnati, a 6th rounder 10 years ago.
Some will say Dustin Pedroia, not Altuve, kind of started the trend.
True, yeah.
Frazier,
yeah,
fairly high pick for a shorter guy.
A fly ball to center. A line drive out to Tommy Pham. Pirates strand one, but they get one. as Colin Moran, don't you know, ties the game with his 5th home run in the 5th inning. The Redbeard, it's 1-1. At 1. And as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in today's game. Moran's home run followed the Marcell Osuna homer. Moran's 5th, Osuna's 4th. Osuna's came in the 2nd inning. Now it's Carson Kelly, the catcher, leading things off for St. Louis. Here's Mercer. Good quick out to start the spot of the 5th inning for Chad Kuhl. Kuhl 1-2, a 4.03 ERA and 6 career starts against the St. Louis Cardinals. Made 4 starts last year against the Redbirds. He is looking for his first win since May the 6th. Since then, he has had 3 no decisions and a loss.
You got a loss coming after giving up just 1 run.
But the Pirates have won 4 of those 5 games. Ultimately, that is obviously what really matters. Pirates are 7-4 in his 11 starts this year. Now he is 4-3. And he falls behind his mound opponent, Luke Weaver, 2-0. Well, they get the lefty who was just called up recently, another bunch of moves. Austin Gomber, lefty up in the bullpen for St. Louis. Cardinals made a total of 42 transactions in the month of May.
Wow. More than 1 per day.
Yeah. Now it's 3-1 on Weaver.
Now that's bizarre. Just cruising along, you get a quick out of Kelly, the 8th hitter. Weaver comes up to hit. No pinch hitter with the reliever warming up in the bullpen, which would lead you to believe that Weaver's day is done. And Chad Kuhl missing badly, really, with 4 of those 5 pitches for his first walk of the afternoon.
A 1-out free pass. He faces Matt Carpenter. Strikeout and a flyout for Carpenter in this one. 2 for 5 in the opener on Thursday. And it's a ball and a strike. Chad Kuhl was the Pirates' 9th round pick in 2013 out of the University of Delaware. Made his debut in the summer of 2016. Nationally televised game against the Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. That's out of play. June 26th, 2016. Kershaw, you know by now, went back on the disabled list for the Dodgers yesterday, and the Dodgers are coming to town for a 3-game series starting Tuesday night.
I know you talked about this the last series against the Cubs. Chris Bryant, oh, he never hits in the double plays. How about 4 of the top 5 guys in the National League, hardest to double up? Harper, a lot of strikeout, a lot of fly ball out.
Boy, Carpenter caught and looking.
Nice looking backdoor breaking ball there. So you got Harper, Bryant, Carpenter has not hit into a double play.
That.
Now he strikes out a lot as well. Goldschmidt is 5th toughest, 1 double play ball and 200 at bats. And then Billy Hamilton's in there, and there's no surprise there. But the other 4 guys.
That is surprising. Just mentioned Dustin Pedroia's name, by the way, the diminutive second baseman back on the DL for Boston.
There's the curveball. Let's see, as many of those today, many more sliders than curveballs, but flipped in there to get ahead 0-1.
Ball 1 strike on Greg Garcia. Ball blocked there by Elias Diaz, keeping the pitcher at first base with 2 outs. Garcia's grandfather, Dave Garcia, passed away just a couple of weeks ago. Former big league manager. Passed away at 97. In fact, the man who replaced his grandfather with the then California Angels in 1978, his grandpa Dave Garcia was managing the Angels. They were struggling, and 36-year-old Jim Fregosi, who was playing for the Pirates, was named manager that year of the Angels. Three and 1. And another walk. 2 in the inning. Faces Tommy Pham. Pham has hit the ball in the air twice. Here comes Ray Searage to join Elias Diaz. A 1-1 ball game in the 5th. And we've mentioned a busy day for baseball. The Brewers that that lead courtesy of Eric Kratz. Homers for Milwaukee. Veteran catcher back in the big leagues, his second as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers. Other scores you see there, the Royals leading the Braves and Nationals playing this afternoon. The shutout last night for Mike Foltynewicz of the Braves over the Nats, keeping Atlanta ahead of Washington in the National League East now by a game and a half, and 2 up on the Phillies. Some night action, including the Cubs and the New York Mets. Mike Montgomery will get another start for Chicago. He'll oppose Jacob deGrom. deGrom that 4-0 mark and a 1.52 ERA. Chad Kuhl falls behind Pham. A good movement, 1-1. Glass now going to get up. Everglass now starts to loosen. 1 ball, 1 strike. You see just that shot there. Kuhl just trying to overpower with that pitch.
It's pretty amazing. It's almost as if he feels more comfortable and has better command with the breaking ball than he does with the fastball, at least here in the 5th.
Yeah. 2-2. Yeah, I mean, this inning, the swings and misses he's gotten, that breaking ball.
I've always said that the difference between a good slider than a curveball. The slider, you just don't pick up the rotation. It looks much like the fastball out of the hand. The curveball, easier to recognize as a hitter.
And a base hit to left. That'll give the Cardinals the lead. As Dickerson fires toward third, second and third, the base hit by Tommy Pham. It's 2-1. He advances to second on the throw.
Well, you know, coming out here in the bottom of the 5th and watching Chad Kuhl pitch and get that quick first out, and then for whatever reason couldn't locate against his mound opponent, Luke Weaver, and you sit there and just hope that that doesn't come back to haunt you. That 5-pitch walk where 4 of the 5 fastballs were not even close to being in the strike zone, and his command was so good all day long, and you hope it doesn't bother you. But you had a second walk to Garcia and a big 2-out RBI by Pham.
Now it's Osuna. And you wonder if he's even going to face him. We don't know that they would want to pitch to him. He's homered and hit a shot back to the box. First base is open. Jed Jerko is on deck. Jerko has struck out twice, but they're going to pitch to Osuna. Tommy Pham collects his first hit in 10 at-bats in his career against Chad Kuhl. Maybe trying to get Osuna to chase. 2-0 count.
Yeah, you can't give in here. You can't throw him a strike, in my opinion. You just maybe try to get him to chase something outside the zone. And that's a good pitch. Doesn't get the call.
Two-1 Cardinals. Shot inside. Osuna comes up empty.
That's where they wanted it. Came right after him, challenging him at 95.
Now 3-2. Well, this would be large for Chad Cole if he could get Osuna the 2-minute scoring position after it looked as though they were just pitching around him. Big crowd revs it up here in St. Louis. And bounce toward Mercer. Deep short. On to first and gets him. And Chad Cole gets out of it. Not thrilled with walking Weaver, and Weaver scores the go-ahead run.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Visit Barrel.com to learn more about our 3 conveniently located collision centers. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
2-1 ball game. The Cardinals are in front. Going to the 6th inning here in St. Louis. Tom Prince, bench coach. Clint Hurdle, Pirates manager, check over that lineup card, and that's it for Luke Weaver. He goes 5. Is in line to get the W thanks to really his walk and the base hit that brought him home. Austin Meadows leads off against the rookie lefty Austin Gomber. His first appearance in the major leagues.
About that 4-3, a 3.60 ERA in the minor leagues.
AAA Memphis, 55 innings, a 2.60 ERA.
3 straight fastballs, nowhere close.
Austin Meadows has lined to short and struck out. We mentioned this before that Meadows hit better at AAA Indianapolis this season against lefties.
He should know what's coming here.
And a walk. It's the second that he has drawn in the big leagues. And the 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star ballot now open and exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Buccos are represented by voting at pirates.com/vote. And catch all the excitement of the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th, live on Fox. Pirates have some worthy candidates 2 months into the season. Austin Meadows is the National League Rookie Player of the Month for May. Just named this afternoon. Only played half the month. Josh Bell on deck, and you saw Corey Dickerson in the hole, and Meadows drawing the attention of Austin Gomber. Starling Marte, an all-star in 2016.
Helping him a bit, that fastball just above the letters.
Gomber from Winter Garden, Florida. 6'5", 230 pounds. The 24-year-old was a 4th-round pick 4 years ago.
A starter down in AAA and went 6 scoreless his last time out. Find it a little interesting in a tight game to bring in a lefty. Starting pitcher,
making his major league debut.
Make his debut. Division game.
And gets Marte to chase for his first major league strikeout.
Helped him with the fastball. Helped him with looked to be a breaking ball. Thought it may have been a changeup at first. A pretty good downward movement there, way out of the zone. We haven't seen that much out of Starling this year. He's always been a pretty free swinger. Went through periods where he'd chase pitches in the dirt.
Meadows walked to start the inning. Still there after the strikeout. Josh Bell batting right-handed for the first time today. He's bounced to first and fly to left.
Right at him. Missed location, but right down the middle. Confidence building for Gomber as he got his first big league out, the strikeout of Marte, and now all of a sudden the command is in the zone, letting it go.
Austin Gomber, after Luke Weaver went 5. 0-2 count on Bell. Corey Dickerson on deck. It's a double play ball. And Austin Gomber's debut is a good one. A scoreless. Top of the 6th. Cool launches this ball over the center field fence. That's his 4th home run of the year, giving the Redbirds a 1-0 lead. But then the Red Beard homers for the 5th time. The Pirates rookie third baseman Colin Moran making it a 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the 5th, after a 1-out walk to Luke Weaver, a 2-out base hit to Tommy Pham, scored Weaver, and the Cardinals take the lead back. It's 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. On the UPMC scoreboard, you see hits even at 4 apiece. Jed Jerko has struck out twice. Shows bunt, ball 1. Cool had a 1-2-3 first inning, gave up that home run to Osuna, then a 2-out hit batter before getting Carson Kelly to fly out in the 2nd. Gave up a 2-out hit to Greg Garcia in the 3rd. And then Tommy Pham flied out. In the 4th inning, Marcell Osuna hit a comebacker. Bizarre play as the ball hit Cool's glove, and his glove came off as he spun around on the hill. There's Moran. Take care of Jerko. After that infield hit, Cool retired the next 3, and then you saw what happened in the 5th. And now the 6th begins with a ground out to 3rd. He'll face Dexter Fowler for a 3rd time.
Maybe as a hitter, the most frustrating thing that you could do is you get ahead in the count 2-0 and hit a weak grounder to the pull side, and it's a great thing for a pitcher. But as a hitter, you hate it more than anything else.
Drive toward right center. Meadows. 2 outs. So the contrast of two feelings there on the ground out. Jerko frustrated and Cool thankful. Gets that out, and now he'll face Colton Wong. Wong was the batter that Cool hit in the 2nd. Then he struck him out last time. Lefties hit 270 against Cool. Right-handed batters 252 and another strike.
Pretty good pitch, good take. That's right where he wanted to throw it. Thought he could get Wong fishing.
Check swing, Tapper. Again, the contrast of emotions. Wong frustrated. Cool, a 1-2-3. Bottom of the 6th. Pirates down 2-1. Two National League Central Division rivals. We're talking about two National League Eastern Division rivals. The Pirates and the Phillies for years resided in the same division. And this was July 8th, 1977, a game the Pirates would win on a bases-loaded walk to Jim Fregosi. We talked about Fregosi moments ago at Three River Stadium. That's Bruce Kieson and Mike Schmidt. Kieson hit Schmidt square in the back in the 7th inning, and Schmidt had had enough. He had already been hit a couple of times early in the week in a previous series. And he came out, and you see, we're talking, John and I, about the fact that Kieson did not back down. And after the game, I think Kieson's quotes kind of sews up what Kieson was all about. He said, I admire him for what he did. The fact that Schmidt came out, he said he didn't talk about it. He tried to do something about it. I didn't try to hit him. I came inside, and that's the way I pitch. I play the game hard. So does he. So I respect the man for coming out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he said to me or what I said to him before he came at me. It was a spontaneous thing. I kind of enjoyed it.
That's so Bruce. And you looked at the picture. I mean, Bruce is half the size.
Yeah.
It was funny, like how skinny his arms
I know.
were. And Schmidt, this big, huge power
Bulking,
hitter.
Yeah. Home run hitter.
Lightweight versus the heavyweight.
It was the first of a couple of bench clearing brawls, because later Tug McGraw would hit Willie Stargell the following inning. The second bench clearing incident, July 8, 1977. As these two combatants, Bruce Kieson did not back away. Bruce Kieson passed away this morning at the age of 68. Drafted out of a high school in Washington, the state of Washington. 14th round pick in 1968.
You had Schmidt ducking out of the way of right.
Yeah. And Dickerson is the first out to begin the 7th inning against Austin Gomber. Gomber's major league debut walked Austin Meadows, then struck out Starling Marte and got Bell to bounce into a double play.
No. Wow.
Quinn Wolcott hearing from the Pirates bench.
Yeah, you know somebody was saying something as he looked over that way, but that didn't look like much of an offer to me. Maybe a little more on that view.
A couple of strikes. Moran homered in the 5th off the starter Luke Weaver. Uh-oh, we got an impersonator.
Mm-hmm.
Moran hasn't faced many lefties his rookie season. 15 at bats, 4 hits against southpaws. There we are.
Yeah.
Which beard is better?
One of them red.
Check swing. Oh, the home plate umpire rings him up. Chef Kellogg. Two down in the 7th inning. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why you have a guy down there at third to make that decision.
Here's Elias Diaz.
Sure, you know, Pirate hitting coaches, Branson and Livesey got a scouting report on Gomber, but AAA Memphis in the Pacific Coast League. So these guys that were down in Indianapolis do not face Memphis. So doubtful that any of these guys have faced them unless it was in the lower minors. But I think it's always helpful if you get a guy coming up from AAA that you faced or some teammates faced, and to get a more accurate scouting report.
To right, Fowler back. And toward the wall. For a 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning. It's still a 2-1 St. Louis lead.
Glass now enters the game, and it was July 7th, 2016 when he made his big league debut, and I had a chance to ask him what memories did he take away from that day.
I was actually thinking about this yesterday, sitting out in the bullpen. It was the first time I was sitting out there. I don't know, it kind of just brought me back. I remember warming up in the bullpen and then going to the bathroom before, the one right next to the bullpen, and just being like, oh, this is it. Like, this is my big league debut. And I mean, I look back and it's all exciting thoughts, and just my family was there, and it was a good moment for everyone.
He had his parents, Greg and Donna, here, his sister, his girlfriend, a lot of memorable moments for him from that day. And how about this, Greg, the consistency that he's been able to put up for the first time as a big leaguer over his last 18 appearances, covering 13 2/3 innings. He's given up just one single run, and the Pirates general manager, Neil Huntington, said this guy is maturing right before our eyes. And the one takeaway, who would have thought? A trip to the bathroom before the game is what he remembered the most.
Thank you, Robbie. Tyler Glasnow, who debuted as a starter against Adam Wainwright here at Busch Stadium, July 7th, 2016. Ball one on catcher Carson Kelly. Glasnow relieves Chad Kuhl, who went 6, gave up the 2 runs on 4 hits. As Robbie said, he is, according to Neil Huntington, maturing before our eyes, and Huntington admitted it's becoming intriguing to think about Glasnow as a starter again. Don't know when that will happen. 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see. It probably wouldn't happen this year, you wouldn't think, but who knows if they stretch him out again, maybe give him an opportunity next year as a starter. But he's definitely gained confidence coming out of the bullpen.
Out of play, 3-2. Carson Kelly against Cool. A fly ball to the warning track at center field and a ground ball to the shortstop Mercer. Francisco Pena started the first 2 games of this series behind the dish. Last now through a couple of scoreless innings Thursday night here. And walks the leadoff man. Pitcher Austin Gomber is going to bat. On the pitch in the 6th inning. And after the walk to Meadows, a strikeout, got the double play ball to Bell on a 1-2-3 7th. Stabs and misses. Five minor league seasons. This guy can handle the bat. 10 hits in 29 at bats for Gomber in the minors.
How about that?
No bunts, but a .345 hitter.
How's that possible? That is very, very strange, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm sure he's attempted the bunt.
Right. No successful sacrifice hits. Here's his first major league at bat, and he's in the hole 0-2. And now time called. Did he miss a sign? Does Mike Matheny want him to swing away here? Jose Oquendo calls him over. I mean, is that a giveaway there, John?
Well,
why else would you call him over?
You would think. But this is all very strange. The way Mike Matheny manages.
He squares and he gets it down. And Diaz throws to second and gets the out. A little snow cone on the other end. Look at that. Jordy Mercer holding it up. Half the baseball, maybe 3/4 of it exposed.
Yeah, nice little play by Diaz on the run. Yeah, that ball spinning right out in front of home plate. Diaz grabbing and throwing all in one motion. Jordy able to hang on. But the way we've seen Matheny match up in the past, you know what I mean? Left on left, right on right. You know, he lets his pitcher Weaver bat in the 5th. It worked out for him. He ends up walking, comes around to score the go-ahead run. He has 5 players on the bench, so he chooses not to use one in the 5th or here in the 7th. Rookie lefty making his debut allows him to go the 6th and 7th innings.
It's almost as if Matheny has decided that there are guys he just does not want to use.
Yeah.
Bullpen, bench, going to give them the day off if at all possible.
That's what it sounds like.
A complete off day.
Like, yeah, I mean, they're only, you know, if he expects to hold the lead, a 1-run game, they only got 5 more outs. You know, and so it's a pitcher spot's not going to come up again, most likely, if they hold the lead. So 5 guys on the bench. And again, the bullpen quiet, so chances are, almost certainly, not chances are, Gomber going back out there to pitch the top of the 8th.
Strikes out Carpenter. 3rd time Carpenter has gone down on strikes this afternoon. Well, Pirates salute members of the military with a military ticket discount presented by IC Light. All active duty, reserve, veteran, and retired service members and their families save $10 on tickets to all Pirates home games. For more information, go to pirates.com/military. We have been talking today about Bruce Keeson, former Pirates pitcher who passed away early this morning at the age of 68, battle with cancer. Bruce was called up July of 1971. The reason he was called up, he was going to be a temporary replacement for right-handed pitching Bob Moose, who was serving a 2-week stint in the Army Reserve. Back then, that happened a lot. Well, Keeson came up and he stuck. It was a big part again of the 71 postseason. Tyler Glass now, 1-1 count on Greg Garcia. Two-one count. Tyler Glass now 24 years old. Bouncing ball off the glove, and that's it. Glass now pitches a scoreless bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates have 2 more shots, down 1 to the St. Louis Cardinals. Shots from the Allegheny Health Network Super Mode to the music of Spoon and Hot Thoughts. And not terribly hot, as the first pitch was just a couple of minutes late in the scheduled 1:15 Central Time because of some earlier rain, but 76 degrees at game time, up to 84 now. And you see David Freese going to come up and pinch hit for Tyler Glass now, but first Jordy Mercer will lead off against Austin Gomber, and what a story he's becoming for the Cardinals this afternoon, making his major league debut in a 2-1 game, and he's put up 2 scoreless innings.
Find a way, get on, get over, get in. Jordy had 2 very good at bats. See if he can get on for a 3rd time.
Ball, 1 strike. Austin Gomber came up on Thursday. Second time he's been recalled. The first time when the Cardinals were in Pittsburgh the end of April, was not used, and he went back down. 2-1. Pitched at the Florida Atlantic University. Driven toward left, Osuna over and nearing the wall, and he makes the catch. Marcell Osuna robs Mercer of extra bases.
Jordy just missed it. You could tell it just didn't get the sweet spot on the barrel. If he does get the sweet spot, it's probably a tie game, but just didn't quite get all of it. And Osuna just in front of the wall, able to bring it in.
That reaction every time David Freese is announced. He acknowledges this big crowd. Freese pinch hitting. Came back as a Pirate in 2016 after 2 years away with the Angels. Grew up in St. Louis. Became a Cardinal after the Padres drafted him. Now Freese lines it to left. 2 hard hits, 2 outs. And Bud Norris, their closer, is up in the bullpen. Norris gave up the 3-run homer to Francisco Cervelli in the 8th inning on Thursday.
Gomber, something about his fastball too. It's not like he has pinpoint command. He's missed with location with it.
And Jay lines it to left.
Look at that.
Wow. On the warning track
balls.
where he was playing him. 3 shots to left. Pirates still down 1.
By the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
2-1 ball game. Austin Gomber pitches 3 scoreless innings after the Cardinals had taken the lead off Chad Kuhl, carrying this game into the bottom of the 8th inning. Kyle Crick, third pitcher to work for the Pirates.
1.93 ERA, 20 strikeouts in 18 2/3 innings. And Kyle Crick been very good since called up.
And a 1 hopper. The first out. Crick will try and keep this a 1-run deficit. Retired all 3 batters he faced in the 8th inning on Thursday night. He's becoming the 8th inning man. Here is Marcell Ozuna. Home run for Ozuna came in the 2nd inning. It was his 4th of the year. Gave the Cardinals a 1-0 lead.
And that little knee-high strike just hasn't been called a bunch today. The very bottom of the zone. You have to get it just a little bit higher for Jeff Kellogg to call it a strike.
Crick picked up his first big league save in Cincinnati. 3rd week of May. And Bucks would love to give him a victory here if he can hold this. Pirates find a way to scratch out a couple in the 9th.
Got the big guys up 2-3-4. So you just hope to keep it a 1-run game and give Meadows, Marte, Bell, maybe Dickerson an opportunity.
Ends up walking Ozuna with 1 out. We'll bring up Jed Jerko. Pirates going to wrap up this 4-game series and the road trip tomorrow afternoon. Nick Kingham for the Pirates against Michael Wacha. Coverage starts at 1:30. Pirates pregame is presented by W.B. Mason. Will the Pirates be trying to win the series tomorrow? There's Wacha. Or will they be in need of a win to earn a split? We'll find out here before too long as Jerko takes a strike.
Yeah, he's not happy with the call, and that's the pitch we just talked about. Jeff Kellogg not calling a strike.
The runner at first base and 1 out. Kyle Crick. Chad Kuhl went 6 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. He's on the hook. Tyler Glass now scoreless 7th. Richard Rodriguez up just in case. Ball toward Dickerson, approaching the wall, and he had a little more room than he thought. Makes the catch. He miscalculated that warning track, but makes the grab.
Yeah, a little hanging breaking ball. Jerko put a good swing on it. Fortunately, he just got underneath it, which kept it in the ballpark. Ball carrying a little more than I think Corey thought it would. As long as you catch it.
Having some fun there with Marte on that one. Here's Dexter Fowler. It's got to be a weird feeling. You go up, come down, there's no wall there, like somebody removed the chair.
Exactly. Expecting to crash into something. Then he's showing how high he got up. A couple inches.
I think our man Bucky did that. He works the crew here. Did that to I think Cliff Lloyd last summer down in the field. Cliff was doing a pregame interview.
Oh, really?
So he stood up to do something, and somebody said, "You better get the chair out of there." And he went back to sit down. There was no chair there. Down he went. 1 ball, 1 strike on Fowler. I don't think he minds me telling that, does he, Nancy?
Probably.
Ross. Our friends here in St. Louis did a great job on the crew. 2-1 count on Fowler. Fly to left, lined out to left, hit a ball to the warning track in right center field. Came in batting 183. It's down to 180. He lifts this one onto the infield. Mercer calls for it. And Kyle Crick puts up a scoreless bottom of the 8th. Last shot. Austin Meadows is the rookie of the month for May. May seem surprising, but not to some of his teammates. Plus, in all the major leagues, there isn't a better offensive catching tandem than Francisco Cervelli and Elias Diaz, and it's not even close. Those stories and top plays debuting tonight after Pirates postgame. Here is Austin Meadows. In case you missed that big news, he was named the National League's Rookie Player of the Month for May, and he didn't make his debut until the 18th of May. And here is the closer, Bud Norris.
One of 2.84 ERA, a perfect 11 for 11 in saves per opportunity. 25 games, 25 in the 3rd innings, 34 to 4. strikeouts to walks.
Harrison Bader takes over in right field. You've seen Austin Meadows with some very impressive at-bats already. There's Bader in right against some of the real tough pitchers in the league. And here is another big challenge for him, Bud Norris.
There you see the fastball. It's basically fastball, cutter, slider from Norris.
Anthony Rizzo was telling somebody that the at-bat that Meadows had against Brandon Morrow last Tuesday night was the best at-bat he's seen this season of any player.
Who said that?
Rizzo.
Yeah, well, that's high praise.
Against
that was a good,
Morrow,
a great at-bat. A guy throwing 99 ends up hitting a 3-2 breaking ball up the middle.
Two-one count. Bud Norris, the former starter, has found great success as a closer for the Cardinals. And toward right field, nearing the wall. It is gone. You've got to be kidding. Austin Meadows has just tied this game. It is 2-2. Take a look at this kid. Unbelievable. His fifth. Just homered off Bud Norris to tie it in the ninth.
Incredible. Nobody's been able to beat this guy. He's been perfect in save opportunities. And Meadows, we talk about adjustments a lot. And Austin Meadows, they've been pounding him in, elevating the fastball, an in-game adjustment. He looked for it in there. He got the barrel to it, and he came up with another big swing of the bat. Incredible.
What can you possibly say about what this kid is doing?
I mean, again, he's learning. He's learning on the job, on the fly. They've been pounding him in there all day long, and they thought, well, that's where we're going to get him out here in the ninth.
Stunning, this crowd of 44,500. Take a look at Meadows reacting. Well, like he's been there before.
Oh, yeah. No big celebration. I think he knew it as soon as he hit it. And another thing, he didn't get all of it. You know, he got enough of it, but he didn't get all of it. But he knew he got enough to get it out. There may have been a little bit of a question whether fair or foul. But, boy, oh, boy. Something else. Not easy to do.
And now it's 2-2 on Marte. 369 feet, the projected distance of the Austin Meadows game-tying home run. Remember, the Pirates took the lead over the Cardinals on Thursday night, scoring 4. Only to see the Cardinals score 5 in the bottom of the ninth and win it 10-8. There is Austin Meadows. The home run off the Cardinals closer, Bud Norris. 3-2. The home run that Francisco Cervelli hit off Norris was just the second allowed by the Cardinal closer all year. Strikes out Marte. At the time on Thursday night, the game was 5-all with 2 on. He gave up that home run, the only batter he would face. Cardinals then scored 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Meadows hitting just the 3rd home run allowed by Norris this season. Josh Bell 0 for 3.
I've noticed that down in the Pirates bullpen, Francisco Rivero, still with his hoodie on.
You mean Felipe Vasquez?
Or, who did I say?
Francisco Rivero. I don't think the Pirates have him.
Oh my goodness. Felipe Vasquez.
Yeah. I don't know where Francisco Rivero is pitching these days. Look that up.
There's so many Franciscos on these 2 teams.
Just call him Felipe.
But it's interesting. If the Pirates take a lead, I doubt that Vasquez is coming in.
No.
So he got off yesterday, and so apparently a couple of days off.
Richard Rodriguez is right now up in the Pirates bullpen. Be interesting to see what happens if the game is tied. Does Crick go back out there? Assume so. 0-2. Let's see if Bell can make it a tough decision. Now that's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts after the home run.
And again, it goes to show you how tough it is. I mean, what Meadows is doing is very, very difficult. As Norris made Marte and Josh Bell look bad.
Boy, oh boy. 5 home runs for Austin Meadows as Rodriguez continues to loosen. You saw Crick though in the dugout, so it does look as though they're going to keep Crick in the ball game for now. Meadows has 47 major league at bats, 19 hits, 5 of them homers. Now watch Corey Dickerson as he takes ball 1. Colin Moran on deck. 2-2 ball game. And a 2-0 count. Once again, we talked about it, the opening game of this series. These 2 clubs over the last handful of years have just played really back and forth, nip and tuck baseball. No lead is safe.
Seems like it's been like that forever, for the last 6, 8, 10 years. Evenly matched, close games. Is he going to swing 3-0?
He does, takes a rip. Mike Matheny went with the rookie Austin Gomber, who pitched 3 scoreless, and then to the closer, Austin Meadows, game-tying home run. A 3-1 count on Dickerson. Full count. Dickerson singled in the 2nd inning, a ground ball into right field off Luke Weaver. Struck out his 2nd at bat against the starter. Last time up, he bounced out against the lefty Austin Gomber. Stays 3-2. Came in hitting .314, the 7th highest average in the league.
Pitch up and in, and boy, caught that real deep. Able to waste it. Got a piece of Kelly.
chases up for the strikeout. After Austin Meadows hits the game-tying home run, Norris strikes out the next 3. Pirates hope now for extra innings. Austin Meadows just named today the National League's Rookie Player of the Month for May. He starts his June off with a game-tying home run. But Norris giving up the game-tying home run to Austin Meadows. Just phenomenal. Meadows did not start the last 2 days. The Pirates try and maneuver away this 4-man outfield rotation. He is trying to force Clint Hurdle's hand to stay in that lineup every single day. And now Richard Rodriguez going to try and keep this game tied. Higher level situation for Rodriguez.
Yeah, 32-3, and 2 of those walks intentional in his 18 appearances. Sean Rod at first, Rich Rod on the mound.
Colton Wong leads off. Wong and then Carson Kelly and Harrison Bader as the Cardinals look to walk it off for a second time in this 4-game series. Richard Rodriguez, the rookie. Pirates signed him as a minor league free agent. Saw him in spring training. Line to right. And the Cardinals walk it off. Colton Wong wins it with his 4th. 3-2 St. Louis.
Seen that play before.
Yep.
Rich Rodriguez has done so well for the Pirates, and this isn't the first time he's gotten beat by his second-best pitch. The curveball, not nearly as effective as that fastball. That fastball of his, he's just thrown it by just about every team he's faced, but flips a curveball up there. And Wong, this year or last year, the year before, walked off the Pirates.
And Richard Rodriguez, his 2nd loss, and a real shame because the Pirates, of course, had come back to tie it, but as we said earlier, these 2 clubs just go back and forth. Colton Wong wins it with his 4th home run of the season. And the dugout empties, but Norris picks up the W after all. A blown save, but a win. And they have taken 2 of the first 3 games of this 4-game series. Colton Wong's home run off the rookie Richard Rodriguez moments after Austin Meadows The Pirates rookie outfielder homered to tie it. They exchange homers and they win it. Back to the studios, Dan and Michael.